Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today our mission is, it's a crash course in strategic thinking, really. And our source material for this is the Comtown Reboot, the official Madden League draft report.
Right. And this isn't just, a list of players. It's more of a living document. It's a look at how 32 rookie coaches built championship rosters totally from scratch.
And that's the key, isn't it? From
Yeah.
scratch.
Mm.
So for you, the listener, this is basically the ultimate shortcut to understanding strategy.
It is. The rules were simple. No legacy systems, no inherited identities. Every single coach started from zero. So that means every pick, especially the early ones, was a statement.
A philosophical statement. And the biggest thing we pulled from this right away is that the overall rating, the OVR, it's really only part of the story.
A small part in some cases.
The real mission for these coaches was figuring out where specific attributes, so I'm talking pure speed, size, things like that, where they trumped just a generic high score.
And that's the tension we're going to unpack. Now, of course, you had your anchors, the four guys who just hit the ceiling with a 99 overall rating. Myles Garrett, Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford, and Jamar Chase. If they're on the board, you take them.
No question. They define your franchise right there. But let's get right into that philosophical shift. How do you explain the Tennessee Titans picking Xavier Worthy, a wide receiver who is only a 79 overall, so early in the draft?
I mean, that's a massive bet on just one thing.
A huge bet.
It's pure leverage. The report says it explicitly. He was picked because his elite speed makes him a matchup nightmare.
So that 79 OVR tells you what? He might not run perfect routes or catch every contested ball.
Exactly. But his speed alone forces a defensive coordinator to panic. He creates what the report calls geometric challenges.
Geometric challenges. I love that. So you're saying they'll accept lower general reliability because his presence on the field dictates what the defense has to do.
Yes. That 79 overall player is making the 90 overall safety play 15 yards deeper than he wants to.
Which opens up everything else.
It's the multiplier effect. One extreme attribute can lift the entire offense.
And we see that same kind of bet, but more geared toward the future with the quarterbacks. The Chicago Bears drafted Jaden Daniels, an 80 overall QB. How does a team justify that when you've got guys in the high 90s on the board?
It's the classic finished product versus raw potential argument. The report highlights his athletic traits and upside. They see him as a developmental centerpiece. The physical tools are there, the speed, the arm strength, and they're just betting that their coaches can add the polish.
A similar choice with the New York Giants and Brian Thomas Jr., the 82 overall receiver. His rating's not elite, but his size and athleticism combo was enough.
It shows that if the physical canvas is perfect, coaches will take that risk on a lower OVR. It's a huge lesson for anyone looking at data, really.
How so?
Don't just look at the current metric. You have to analyze the potential ceiling that's based on those fundamental, non-trainable traits.
Okay, so now that we get the core tension trading generic scores for specialized impact, let's see how this played out across the AFC.
We can start in the AFC East. This division, the coaches here clearly wanted a physical anchor from day one. The Buffalo Bills went for trench security. They grabbed Tristan Wirfs, the 97 overall left tackle.
So he's the foundation, the bedrock for the entire offense.
He's the quarterback, yeah. Meanwhile, Miami went to the other side of the ball for their identity. They took Max Crosby, a 97 overall edge rusher.
So Wirfs is protection, Crosby is disruption.
Exactly. They're building a defense based on relentless pressure, first and foremost.
But then you have the Patriots. They made a massive statement with Patrick Mahomes at 92 overall. Now, that rating might seem a little low, but the report stressed his transferable arm talent. Let's unpack that jargon. What does that actually mean here?
It means the coaches believe his physical ability, his talent for making throws that other guys just can't, transcends any system.
So it doesn't matter who his receivers are.
Well, not as much. The bet is that he can elevate the entire team just with his physical gifts, even if the supporting cast isn't great at first. It's a high-risk, high-reward bet on generational talent.
Got it. And the Jets rounded it out by grabbing Jalen Ramsey, the 95 overall corner, to set the tone for a turnover-focused defense.
Okay, let's shift to the AFC North, which became the land of defensive disruption almost immediately.
Oh, absolutely. The Cincinnati Bengals went for pure maximum dominance. Myles Garrett, the 99 overall edge rusher, his job is just brute force.
The report says he demands double teams every snap.
And that one action changes the entire opponent's blocking scheme. It's a domino effect.
And then Cleveland countered that perfectly with Micah Parsons, the 98 overall hybrid weapon. Garrett is a specialist, but Parsons is.
He's a Swiss Army knife. That's the perfect contrast.
Right.
Parsons' value is his versatility. He can rush, he can drop into coverage, he can play linebacker. He takes over games because you never know where he's coming from.
And the Ravens, built from the back end with Minkah Fitzpatrick, a 90 overall safety, they're looking for someone to, erase mistakes?
Right, the reliable guy who cleans everything up.
So if the North was about disruption, the AFC West was just the quarterback arms race. 100%. Every coach there decided the franchise lives or dies with who is under center.
The Chargers got the top guy, Josh Allen, 99 overall. He just overpowers defenses. The default pick if you can get him.
For sure. But then the Chiefs draft Lamar Jackson at 95 overall. And this pick is all about the dual threat skill set that, as the report says, forces defenses to account for every blade of grass.
That mobility is a constant threat.
It's a constant liability for the defense, yeah, even on a broken play.
And you still have two other QB philosophies here. The Raiders look purely to the future. Drake May, 94 overall.
Right. His upside defines their direction. It's a high-rated bet on long-term passing pedigree.
And you contrast that with Denver, who went for the experienced manager in Dak Prescott, 91 overall.
Yep. He's built to manage games and win late. A proven winner who might not have the crazy physical tools of an Allen or a Jackson, but he brings stability.
4 teams, 4 totally different definitions of what a franchise quarterback is. Let's jump over to the NFC. If the AFC was about these foundational anchors and raw power, the NFC felt more focused on specialized weapons.
Yeah, and really specific positional dominators. You see it in the NFC South, where they built these central pillars to control certain zones. The Buccaneers centered their whole defense around Fred Warner, the 97 overall Mike linebacker.
So for our listeners, the Mike is basically the defensive coordinator on the field. Why is Warner so valuable?
He just controls the field. He's the communicator, the run stopper, the best covers linebacker. His rating is about his ability to diagnose plays and shift the whole defense before the snap.
That's way more valuable than just hitting hard.
Infinitely.
Meanwhile, Carolina went up front. Bené Sewell, the 98 overall tackle, an offensive pillar. And Atlanta built around Puka Nacua, a 97 overall receiver who just thrives in space.
And then the NFC East went hunting for what they called game wreckers.
But in 2 very different ways. The Cowboys got Jamar Chase, the 99 overall receiver. They call him a game breaker.
Elite routes, elite hands, pure dominance.
But Philly leaned on George Kittle, the 98 overall tight end. And his selection is one of the most interesting strategic moves in the whole draft.
It really is, because he's sort of an anti-specialization pick.
How do you mean?
Well, he's not just a pass catcher, he's an elite blocker. The report says Kittle changes how defenses align. If you put a small, fast linebacker on him for coverage, he just destroys them in the run game.
And if you put a bigger guy on him to stop the run.
He burns them in the passing game. He forces defenses into this impossible compromise.
A huge strategic advantage. And Washington just went for their defensive ceiling with Nick Bosa, 95 overall.
Constant pressure.
Now, in the NFC West, the focus shifts again. This time to pure speed and versatility.
Yeah, the Rams with Jahmyr Gibbs, the 98 overall running back, his versatility stresses defenses everywhere. He can run, he can catch, he creates mismatches.
And the 49ers just doubled down on that pure field-stretching speed with Tyreek Hill.
And 92 overall, but they said he changes coverage rules instantly. Like Worthy, his speed is the key attribute, but Hill's OVR is higher because he combines that speed with truly elite receiving skill.
Right. And Seattle anchored their secondary with Christian Gonzalez, 96 overall, trusted against top guys. The Cardinals took Aiden Hutchinson, 93 overall, for that sustained pressure.
Okay, let's step back for a second and synthesize this. We've seen 32 teams make 32 different choices, but some patterns do emerge, and they all connect back to our core idea: specialized attributes over generic OVR.
And nowhere is that clearer than the premium they placed on the secondary.
Absolutely. Think about picking a corner who can single-handedly eliminate an offensive threat. Pat Surtain II, at 97 overall, was picked by the Colts because he can eliminate an entire side of the field.
That is a massive, massive strategic advantage.
It frees up everyone else to bliss or stack the box against the run.
And you see it with the impact safeties, too. Derwin James Jr., 93 overall for making plays in the box. Minkah Fitzpatrick, 90 for covering the back end. These are specialized tools for specific jobs. And we have to circle back to the quarterback strategy one last time because it really just encapsulates the entire league's approach to risk.
It does. We talked about the developmental guys, Daniels at 80 OVR, May at 94, chosen for their long-term traits.
But the Green Bay Packers made the most definitive counter-argument to that. They chose Matthew Stafford, a 99 overall quarterback.
Yeah, and that was not a bet on future athletic upside.
Not at all.
No, that was a bet on elite experience,
Mhm.
on current processing power. Stafford's 99 OVR is about his ability to read defenses, adjust protections, and carve up a secondary right now.
He's the ultimate plug-and-play veteran.
Built to win immediately, using intelligence and experience. It's a total contrast to the long, patient bet on physical talent that we saw from other teams.
That distinction, current processing speed versus raw athletic potential. It's the perfect microcosm of this whole draft.
It is?
You've got the ultimate outlier in Xavier Worthy at 79 overall, picked purely for the terror of his speed, and on the other end, George Kittle at 98 overall, chosen because he fundamentally changes how a defense has to play the game.
And the logic underneath all of it is that if an attribute is dominant enough in its specific function, whether it's speed or size or diagnosis or blocking, it doesn't just improve your team, it actively degrades the opponent's strategy.
Yeah. So what does this all mean for you listening to this? You've just gotten a deep dive into how 32 experts prioritize specialized impact over a general score. So whether you're consuming complex sources, maybe reviewing candidates for a job, or just trying to understand a new industry, the takeaway is simple. Look past the overall score.
Yeah, and if we connect this back to the sources you're analyzing right now, it raises a really important question. What specialized, dominant, niche attribute, maybe a specific methodology, a surprising finding, or a unique skill set in your sources matters more than the overall score or the reputation of the paper or the person behind it?
Find that unique point of leverage, that Xavier-worthy speed or that George Kittle versatility, and you've found the true game changer that will let you become instantly well-informed. That's all for this deep dive.